Hey, it's Jackie and welcome back. Today I'm so excited to bring you this bridal makeup look using 2026 makeup techniques. Think elegant red carpet skin, sculpted but soft. My two biggest inspirations for creating this look, Margaret Qualley, her recent looks on red carpets by Nina Park. So stunning. And for the styling, I loved Selena Gomez's wedding. Combine the two and I hope you like what I've come up with. Big thank you to Margaret for partnering with me on today's video. I feel like this is the perfect aesthetic to go with this kind of elevated clean girl makeup look. So let's start off with skin prep. First up, the Margaret Great Skin Instant Glow Serum. You shake this up. It's a biphase facial oil and essence. Let's press this onto clean skin. This hydrates and plumps, gives the most gorgeous, glossy, fresh base for makeup to sit on top of, but you can also just wear it as it is. Throwback to my own wedding, I did all my skincare in the morning and then just added a little bit more moisture in the afternoon before I got ready, and this is perfect for doing that. And next, my holy grail eye cream. This is Caudalie Premier Crew, the eye cream. Just use a touch of it. And again, I've never had this make my makeup bally or anything, so it's my go-to. Let's build the skin intentionally, and Margaret products are designed to be impossible to mess up. I find it easiest to go chronologically, so a sheer layer of foundation first and then concealer where you need it, but with this, it's both. This is the shade Sandstone. Apply through the center of your face, and then you can just blend in with your fingers. It's a little balmy and melts seamlessly into the serum and the skin. Underneath my eyes to correct them. This is the same shade. Little extra. Wow, how pretty is that? I've been having my best skin ever these days. Like, it's not perfect, but it's pretty even. I've seen this really conceal acne on YouTube Shorts. I was looking up different reviews and it doesn't clog pores. When developing this product, Margaret worked with a longtime Hollywood facialist and they created a no list. So anything that would clog pores, they made sure not to use, like avocado oil, which is in some natural products. Moving on to bronzer, this is my all-time favorite palette from Makeup Forever. I'm not going to use any concealer since we've already done that, but I am mixing this bronzer with a little bit of the contour shade. This is a really sheer product that's easy to blend in, so I'm taking the tiniest amount of product and just building up around my hairline. So there's no real harsh lines, and Nina Park doesn't really use strong contour shades, it's more of a bronzer. For bridal makeup, be sure to really blend that contour here if you choose to do it. Blend down the neck. Make sure you don't use too much and kind of stipple it upwards because from the side, there's quite a bit of side photos. You definitely don't want that harsh line. Taking a bit of the bronzer and contour and adding a little bit more structure down the sides of my nose. Diffuse with a little bit of bronzer so it looks more sun-kissed and highlights features without really changing them. And here's something else that I'm borrowing from Nina Park's technique. She'll add in cool and warm tones in a single look. Even if you think of yourself as neutral or slightly warm toned or cool toned, you can play with both and it creates something really beautiful. So for blush, I'm layering 2 shades for depth. How gorgeous the shade is. Beautiful peach. Stippling that a little bit below the eye on the top of the cheekbone. Then I'm adding Margaret's Postmodern. Wow. I'm using this deeper, cooler tone shade for a little bit more depth. And then I'm bringing touches of this through the forehead and the chin. This was a blush that recently went viral because Margot Robbie used it on set in Wuthering Heights. It was one of the blushes used and it is a stunning shade. And stay tuned in this tutorial for these Margaret lip liners. They really bring this look together. I have links to exclusive discounted sets that you won't find online, so only through my links. Plus, with your first order, you do get their iconic makeup bag. This is where I keep my entire Margaret collection. My favorite setting powder for quite some time is by a brand called Florasis. It's just a pressed powder. This is their pink one. This powder never looks powdery on the skin. Highly recommend for bridal and everyday. And like I said, it doesn't look like Nina uses any contour shades really on her clients, but they're also like models. They have very snatched faces. So if you do want to go in and add just a touch more definition, I really like this palette from Smashbox. I think I'll just use a tiny fluffy brush with the contour shade. Okay, brows. This new product is amazing. It has like the finest tip from ABH, and brows are going to be very personal to what you love. I'm pulling from Margaret. She has very full Audrey Hepburn inspired brows. This microblade hair-like eyebrow detailing pencil is so amazing to use. Okay, hers are still darker than this. I think I'm gonna stop here. I really like how they're looking. I like when they kind of taper towards the nose. And then we're using the 24-hour brow set. This is my favorite brow gel. I really like it because it lightly lifts the hairs, but it doesn't move around any product that you've already put down, and sets them in place. I think it's a little more timeless to brush upwards and then make sure you brush them down instead of kind of the soap brow. If you like that, obviously go with it. But I think this just keeps the brows looking tamed and natural. For eyes, I want to keep it really soft, and I've grabbed for Merit yet again. Like, how luxury do their products look, you know? So pretty. This is the shade Nelson. It looks quite deep, but we can sheer it out. But I'm just taking this on a fluffy brush and working it on the inner portion of the lid and the outer portion and smoking out. Then I'm taking Studio, which is a shade just a little bit deeper than my skin tone, and I'm speckling it through the lid as well. And these are cream to powder. Blending Nelson underneath the bottom lash line. Softly framing the whole eye. Now let's add a little bit of sparkle. This is the Patrick Ta Duo. I use this in the Victoria's Secret inspired look, so I wanted to use it again. The highlight I see on Margaret looks more neutral, but this is my favorite glitter palette. So I'm gonna mix the silver and the champagne. Okay, pretty. That's not the exact tone, but I really like how that looks. For liner, a really good pick is the Makeup Forever Aqua Resist Color Pencils. This is the shade Cool Ebony, a nice dark brown. Let's line the inner corner about halfway, and then dot along the bottom lash line. And let's tightline through the upper lashes. For sure want waterproof for wedding, that's a non-negotiable. I'm using the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes in Original, and I'm adding some warmth up top with a bit of a richer brown. Very classic. If you're confident with liquid liner, this one isn't waterproof, but it's the Brushstroke Black 24-hour liner from MAC. It's really easy to use. I forgot about this one. Just create the smallest line and enhance that wing. Almost done the eyes. I'm taking this rich brown. This will make any eye color pop, a little bit of warmth. And I've really been loving Merit's mascara. I love this one because it doesn't make my lashes look chunky, but again, if you're a crier, go waterproof. For lashes, again, we want it to look seamless when we're looking down. So with this eye, I've added under lashes. They look like this, naked press-on, soft volume, easy to use. You get this little tweezer thing. I'm taking 12mm and you add them under your lashes. That way you won't have a band. We're just filling out that lash line. Then I'm switching to 10mm, and there we have that volume that appears very natural. If you like to cheat your lash upward, then I wouldn't suggest to do the under lashes, or you could do under lashes and then one that's like cheating the eye upwards, but I think this looks really pretty. Very seamless when you look down. Time for lips. I'm sure a part of the tutorial a lot of you have been waiting for, and let's use the new Merit lip liners. They have 6 new shades, same creamy formula, and I'll do 2 lip looks because I know the Nina Park lip, while it is trendy, some people might not see that as classic, so I'll do one with her techniques and then a crisper line as well. I've been using these on rotation for the whole week, and they're more of a sheer formula, and you won't need to blend out very much to get a soft effect. So creamy. This is the shade Rose. Softly fill in my lips with this. This first shade is kind of acting as a lip tint all over. Next, I'm taking Cowboy for my contour shade. I'm placing the brown slightly above the lip line and edges of the bottom lip. Oh, and a little sharpeners at the bottom too. And we are gonna blend a little bit this time. These blend in so well together. I'm taking a little brush and a tiny bit of bronzer. I'm just dotting it over top. I've done this before I went in with lip liner, but I find it a little easier to do it after. The trendy part you might want to skip if you like more of a classic clean look. Okay, I think I like the shape. And then we want a pop of a brighter, cooler lip tone through the center. I'm looking at a couple different photos, so this isn't exact, but I really like this shade. This is the MAC Candy Yum Yum Dazzle Lips Crayon. So I apply and then just kind of blot off. And then add a little more for like a blooming effect. Especially with the dark hair I have today, like I do want a pop to the lip. Finally, for a lip oil, just in the middle, this is Jeté. Just fixing up the hair here. Again, I was very inspired by Selena Gomez's wedding. The elegant high neck dress, her old Hollywood bob was just perfect. I think the pop of this pink is something a little bit different than like classic red, and it looks really fresh. Ooh. Finishing touch, I'm taking the Hollywood Beauty Light Wand from Charlotte Tilbury, bringing this through the body, as well as really subtly on the skin. Selena had an even bolder highlight, but I'm going with the Nina Park skin. Elevated clean girl energy for 2026. Now I'll do another lip combo, still with muted tones so that it gives the overall effect, but with a crisper line. I'm using this absolutely stunning lipstick, Signature Lip Blush, so it doesn't have the feeling of like heavy lipstick at all. I've still lined with a slightly contoured shade. It just glides on, and this color again is very in the Nina Park palette without doing like the full contour, and I think it's so pretty. I think this might be my new favorite lipstick. It just feels amazing. Again, if you do want to try out any Merit products, they are all linked below. So which version do you prefer? Do you think the Nina Park lip will feel like a very 2026 trend in a few years? Lock everything in with a mattifying setting spray. This one is by Danessa Myricks. You can use this on a powder puff in place of traditional powder as well. You could style this inspired by Margaret with more of like a slick back bun. That would be very clean girl. I don't on me, but something that makes me like it more is when I use one of these little hair fiber things and clean up my parts so that I have like an even hairline. Amazon find that I use all the time. What do you think of this look? I think it's very classic and timeless, but we used updated techniques. You could of course wear this for bridal makeup, or if you're just going on a date. And if you are a makeup lover, you could even incorporate a bunch of these techniques into your everyday makeup and enhance all your features subtly at once. Big thank you to Merit for partnering with me on this video. You can shop all my favorites and some exclusive discounted sets in the links down below and top comment. The lip liners are amazing. With your first order, you can get their iconic makeup bag. For my own wedding, my whole look was very fairy tale inspired and earthy. I felt really comfortable like that. So if you want to see my own bridal get ready with me and a vlog of my wedding in Italy, check that out. Or if you're looking for a sun-kissed vibe, the Aussie girl makeup look is a really fun one to try, especially for summer. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.